because if people just type in heartbeat without reading the word.
Thank you.
Go wait till 8 o'clock. Good evening. I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Bolingbrook Village Board order. We have two young men with us this evening who are going to help us with the pledge. Jack Coven and Dylan Cohen. Jack, come on up, gentlemen. They're both Cub Scouts. Jack is 7.5, Dylan is 5. Jack's in Den 13, Dylan's in Den 15, and they belong to pack, what number? 90? Come up here, guys. Well, let's get a good camera shot. Can I see? Well, you got them both on TV here?
Yeah.
All right, good. Now, there's the flag right behind you. All right, now talk real loud.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Two. All right, thanks, gentlemen. Nice job.
They're so cute. Oh my gosh.
Next, we have a little surprise, not a surprise to me, but a surprise to some of you. The Bolingbrook Madrigal Singers, Bolingbrook High School. I've been listening to Madrigal Singers for probably 30-plus years. They're here to perform a couple of songs for us tonight and talk about an event that they're having in the next couple of weeks. And their director is Bob Hanneroff, and Bob's going to come up here and talk about their event. Let's do it between songs. So, and I'll be going down the line having you folks introduce yourselves in a moment, but fire away.
Dum 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 be doo be dum 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 be doo be dum 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 be doo be dum 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 be doo be dum 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 be doo be dum 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 be doo be dum wow 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 wow. Well, love me, darling. Come and go with me, please don't send me way beyond the sea. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Come into my heart, tell me, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Yes, I need you, yes, I really need you. Please say you'll never leave. Whoa, I love you. Well, say you'll never, yes, you really never. You never gave me a chance. Wop, wop. Come into my heart, tell me, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Wow, 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 wow. Do shooby doo bop. Well, yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. Please say you'll never leave me. I love you. Well, say you'll you'll never, yes, you really never.
You never gave me a chance. Wah, wah.
Come into my heart, tell me, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Come and go with me. Come and go with me. Come and go with me. Wow, wow, wow,
Larry Fisher, not Bob Hanneroff. Bob's also with the band program along with Adrian Rupicis, and you're like always together. So anyway, I'm sorry about that, Larry. But anyway, tell us about your event.
Sure. Next Friday, October 19th, we're having a food truck festival. I think the first one that we've had in town, so I'm excited about that. And we're combining it with our choir concert, and the jazz band's going to be performing as well. So there's going to be over 12 food trucks. There's a lobster truck. There's a sausage truck, a Puerto Rican food truck, a Thai truck, so food for everyone, a grilled cheese truck. And the choirs are all performing songs from different decades. So Decades Rewind is what we're calling the concert. Madrigals is singing songs from the 50s, so we'll have the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s music perform there. So we're really excited about this event. It is free to the public. You can pay for your food, but it's free to come and walk around and see what's there and listen to the kids sing. So hope you can join us.
The parking lot at the high school?
Yeah, parking lot at the high school.
And what time again?
It starts at 5 to 6 is a VIP hour. That's $5 to get in for to get lesser lines, but from 6 to 9 it's free admission.
Great. And what was that song? My mother told me about it. I was just,
It was called Come Go With Me.
Who sang that originally?
Some people, I don't remember.
Good answer. Yeah. Anyway, some people.
I think it's like the chords or something. Like the chords, I think.
Could be
They're called
chords.
the chords, maybe.
Jimmy, what was it?
Chord.
It was, yeah, you don't know, you're just saying it. All right, name and year to school.
Oh, I'm a Nate, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Maddie, I'm a sophomore.
Don't you get your last names?
Oh, Nate Worldson, and I'm a sophomore.
I'm Maddie Spangler, I'm a sophomore.
I'm John Cornfine, and I'm a junior.
I'm Caitlin Nelson, and I'm a junior.
I'm Jackson Cruz, and I'm a junior.
I'm Zach Skudlark, and I'm a senior.
I'm Meg Bozarth, and I'm a junior.
I'm Spencer Avery, and I'm a senior.
Who made that last note?
That was me.
I thought it was you. I couldn't tell. I was behind you, but did you practice that a lot?
Yeah.
I'm Cammie McNulty, and I'm a senior.
Tim Wilton, and I'm a senior.
Brittany Giesler, I'm a senior. Chloe Walters, I'm a junior.
Ethan Gorski, I'm a junior.
Kiara Chisholm, I'm a sophomore.
Quinn Cook, I'm a sophomore.
Kendra Crillo, I'm a junior.
Got a nice mix there. Sophomores, juniors, seniors. No freshmen? Freshmen can't be on Madrigals?
Not usually.
Okay. Not usually. Okay. Well, I got to put this back. You need this. What's the next song?
We're going to be singing Shout, and feel free to sing along with us on the echo part if you'd like.
Now wait a minute. You know you make me wanna shout, kick my heels back and shout, throw my hands up and shout, throw my head back and shout. Come on now, don't forget to say you will. Don't forget to say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say you will, say it right now, baby. Say you will, come on, come on. Say you will, say that say that you love me, say that you want me, say that you need me, you'll never leave me. Shout, come on now, shout, come on now, shout, come on now, shout. I want you to know, I want you to know, I said I want you to know right now, I want you to know, you've been good to me, baby, good to me, better than I've been to myself, and if you ever leave me, I don't want nobody else, I said I want you to know, I said I want want a little bit softer now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now. Hey, 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 shout, ooh, shout, ooh, shout, ooh, shout, ooh, shout. Oh, yeah.
Now, that was at Isley Brothers. That's actually 73, according to Google.
Okay. Might be wrong.
But the other song was, according to Google, was the Del Vikings. Anyway, nice job. Thank you very much. And you'll be performing, is that on Friday night?
Friday, next week, Friday.
Okay, 5 o'clock. A lot of food trucks. Thank you.
They're so talented. It's just amazing. The voices that come out of that school are amazing.
Fun.
Next, have roll call, please.
Mayor Claire.
Here.
Trustee Zarate.
Here.
Trustee Lawler.
Here.
Trustee Watts.
Here.
Trustee Hoagland.
Here.
Trustee Morales.
Here.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Here. Next, have approval of minutes, regular meeting September 25th. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Lawler. Questions, comments, or corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Next, we have to approve the agenda. Mr. Bowen.
No additions or corrections.
Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Hoagland. Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. We have two appointments this evening, Robert Bedford, the Community Television, BCT, and Stephen Mertez at the Information Technology Commission. Is there a motion to approve those appointments?
So moved. Second.
Motion trustee Morales, second trustee Lawler. Questions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The appointments are approved. Now we have proclamations. We have an unusual proclamation, Stephen. This is brought to my attention by staff that we should recognize somebody that has been a very successful business person in Bolingbrook for 25 years. Karen, would you join us? Karen Colvin. I'm a big fan of small business personally. And, I like big business too. We got some big business here in Bolingbrook. Well, why don't you all come up here? The whole family's here. Dylan, you guys come up here too. The scouts who are grandchildren. I'm a big fan of small business. I mean, big business is always impressive, and they got a lot of money, and they got branding, and you see them on national television, and that's all great. And these thousands of employees. But the small business person is the one that I admire because it takes a lot of wherewithal to take your life savings and maybe more, start a business, buy inventory, sign a lease, do a build out, and then survive. And I don't know if it's still true, but at one time it was less than 1 out of 10 small businesses survived basically a year. And unfortunately, I've seen a lot of them come and go here in Bolingbrook at our retail malls. And sometimes it's under capitalization, sometimes it's poor business practices. There's a lot of reasons people go out of business, but it's tough. I'll call it a racket. And Karen started Carol's Flower Expression back in, 25 years ago, what that was. September 1993. Thanks, Jim. In fact, I'm going to show you a picture in a minute, Jim. Karen provided us a picture from her ribbon cutting at a much thinner Roger Clare and some other people that were present for that ribbon cutting. I don't know if we can get it on TV or not, but we're going to give it a shot here. Find out how good these cameras are. I think he knows I'm doing this.
I can hear him.
calling the camera.
I didn't ask him to do this till right before the meeting, so in fairness to him, he didn't get a lot of warning on this one.
He's trying.
Oh, okay. Not bad. Wow. Big brother's watching, isn't he? I'm in a green shirt. Karen's in, well, it gets dark color, black or dark brown or whatever, but hard to see, but we're standing next to each other. 25 years ago, September,
Well, that was October 1st.
October 1st, so 25 years and a week ago. Anyway, she brought this picture. Was this for us to keep?
You could. I have one.
You have a lot of them?
Well, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we have a proclamation I'm going to read, and then we'll have to have a little questions and so forth. But before we do that, why don't you all, we've got more room up here. Would you introduce everybody?
Okay, we'll start here.
Start with this young man right here.
Okay, this is Gavin, my little grandson, and my son, Ron. I call him Ronnie, Gavin's dad, and Julie, that's Ronnie's wife, and she also works at the shop. And then we have Laura, and she works at the shop for 3.5 years. And then Milena, she works at the shop about 10 years. She's gone through a lot with us. And my sister, Marianne, she supports us so much, and she comes every other Saturday and brings us lunch. And she helps out with different events. My son, Steve, he worked at the shop a long time ago, delivering. And then my husband, Ron, and he comes in and plays on his computer. And then yeah, occasionally does deliveries. Then we have Kim, and she's married to Eric. Eric's my son. He also worked at the shop, and they live in Bolingbrook. And then little Jack and Dylan, my two grandsons. And I think I also failed to say that Ronnie worked at the shop for a while. And he comes in and helps me with little computer challenges. Did I get everybody?
Thank you, and welcome to all of you. And I think actually in describing your family and the fact that several of them work there as well as the other employees, that is part of your success. I mean, you go to business successful, there's typically family members working in it, because it's just expensive to pay people, provide benefits of any kind, and so on. So anyway, the proclamation. Karen's Floral Expressions 25th Business Anniversary, September 23rd, 2018. Whereas on September 23rd, 1993, Karen Coben launched the business Karen's Floral Expressions for the east side of town at 148 South Bolingbrook Drive. The business remained in operation today and is currently located on the west side at 253 South Weber Road in the Country Air Plaza Shopping Center. And whereas the Village of Bolingbrook recognizes the positive economic impact of Karen's Floral Expressions to create jobs, which extended numerous employment opportunities, and additionally recognizes the support of Karen's husband, Ron, and their children to ensure the longevity and viability of her business. And whereas Karen is recognized as an advocate who battled against unscrupulous business dealings in the late 1990s and later instrumental in the 1999 ratification of legislation ending the false advertising practice of routing a local phone number to a business operated outside the state of Illinois. And whereas over the years, Karen's touch has brought smiles to thousands of customers and recipients within the Village of Bolingbrook and beyond, with her beautiful personalized floral and plant arrangements. Now therefore I declare Mayor of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Bolingbrook, Will and DuPage County, Illinois, do hereby proclaim September 23rd is Karen's Floral Expressions 25th business anniversary, and do hereby extend my appreciation for the positive impact Karen has made to the Village of Bolingbrook, and encourage all residents to continue to support all local small businesses, particularly Karen's Floral Expression.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
As long as I got you here, you're kind of an expert in floral shops. Tell me about an experience you had in Washington, D.C. a few years ago.
We were asked by the Society of American Florists when there was a second inauguration of George Bush. The Society of American Florists put out a request, and they wanted to pick 200 florists throughout the country. And you had to have certain criteria there. And my daughter and I were instrumental. We went to Washington and did flowers for the second inauguration. We did it for the they had one big dinner, and then the day before, and we did all the flowers for that. And somebody said it was like $25,000 a plate event. And then, yeah, they give Tiffany bowls as a gift. Oh. But then the next day was the inaugural events, and we did the Union Station both times.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of.
For a bit to be invited to do the inaugural. How long were you actually there?
4 days.
Did they provide all the flowers, or did you have to order those your own?
No, they had like a central little design group that decided what needed to go where, because there was a First Lady event, and there were quite a few events. So they had a certain designer put that all together, and then they put out a request to all these growers. A lot of our flowers came from Colombia and California, free of charge. Kind of aggravates me when people say, "Oh, a waste of money." Well, they didn't pay, and all the labor, we all went on our own money. The only thing, they put us up in a hotel, but all our meals, except for breakfast in the morning, it was at our expense, which was great. I mean, I was really touched that I was involved in a history event. I actually participated in inauguration festivities of a president. So I was quite, but it was a lot of work.
Well, I know when you said 200 florists, people say, well, why do they need 200? I've been fortunate to be at 6 different inaugurals, and it's a very exciting time. And there are dozens and dozens of events, and believe me, they are exquisite in what they have out there. The decorations are over the top, and there's flowers everywhere, and it's amazing the production that goes into it, and you were part of that.
And moving it, we made a lot of things in one of the warehouses. It was a Department of Defense warehouse, and no heat in the building, and we made quite a few pieces there, and then they were transported over to Union Station, and there we finished them, and they had big topiary trees that we had to make right on site. And then in Union Station, they had areas there normally, and we had to put like nice vines and flowers all through. They had planters that we put fresh flowers in the planter, so a lot of that had to be made right on site. But and security was like crazy there. And when we were there, it was really kind of funny because we got there and the weather was really nice then, the Sunday we got there, and then all of a sudden they had like this huge snowstorm, and the whole city just halted. And it was like, we had to get out of our bus like 3 blocks away from the hotel because he couldn't drive up the hill. So it was just kind of funny because we're just used to that. But
You'll never forget it, will you?
I won't, not at all.
How's the flower business changed over the 25 years?
Quite a bit. We've had a website now for almost 20 years, and it was like to the point where you'd get maybe 1 or 2 orders a month, and now you can get like maybe 1/3 to 1/2 of your day's business over the internet. And it's our own website, and I have a guy in California that kind of built it, and then when I get a chance, I load some of my pictures on there because a lot of the ones that you see on there are all kind of canned, and it's impossible to make it look like the picture because they do their little Photoshop thing. So, but that has changed. It just, gift giving is a little bit different now than it used to be, but there's a lot on the internet, a lot going on from the internet. And then telling people to go there and give us an idea what you want. Because in the past, people call up and say, I want a $50 arrangement, and we would just make something and go. Now, it has to look like this picture and this flowers, and that gets a little difficult when you have so many flowers in stock, but it might not be in the colors in the picture. So then you kind of swap things around and make it work. But
So what's your busiest day?
Valentine's. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy Valentine's.
Bunch of guilty men?
Yeah, I call it the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
So in 25 years, what's changed? You didn't have a computer 25 years ago.
No.
You just kind of sat there?
Well, I did by hand.
Well, again, it's quite an honor to successful to be 25 years in small business, and I know you've seen them come and go, even across the street and in the same center you're in. It's tough out there, and of course people ask me, how come we got these empty storefronts? I don't care where you drive in America. There's empty storefronts everywhere. And we used to shop a lot on Ogden Avenue between 53 and 83 before we had a lot of retail. I drove that about 6 months ago, and wow, empty car lots, empty this, empty that, and I don't know what the future is going to bring. I know that you got a lot more competition. They didn't sell flowers at some of the places they do now.
Right, and then you have like FTD and Teleflora who sell them on their website, but then, they promise you, like they'll show you a picture of something that's totally, you cannot do for that amount of money, and then the person will order it, and then at the end they'll put like a $15 or $20 service charge on. So you didn't save money. You're best off, go right to the source. We had the problem with the telephone books. Now we have it with the internet, where these people say they deliver in Bolingbrook, but it's just an operator service, and they shoot the orders to whoever will fill them. We won't fill them. I will not be part of something deceptive. I just can't. So we just turn those orders down. So occasionally they think they get a different employee and we might take it, but I'm not going to be part of that. That's not fair to the consumer.
But that points out another reason why you're successful, because you have integrity. Unfortunately, some businesses today don't. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks for coming out, then. I'm pretty sure appreciates it. Thanks for the pledge, guys. Thank you. And we're going to see 25 more?
I'm going to live that long.
Thanks for coming out. Next is, I didn't see Elmer Harris here. See, he didn't.
Mayor, he had an emergency in Joliet. He's on his way. If you want, I can accept it. We can wait for him.
Well, we'll just, whenever you can see her, if we're still meeting, but don't let me forget, if he doesn't show up, so we'll do it before we adjourn. I have 2 appointments. Robert Bedford, please join me at the podium. A 41-year resident?
Yes, sir.
Retired now, so you got time.
No, retired. Still active.
Didn't that say?
So that's presently employed by retired.
Retired. Didn't it say retired?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that.
I'm just reading what you wrote. Well, you're not retired. What do you do?
Security supervisor. I just put in 14 hours yesterday, so I just went to retired.
Right. Where?
Allied Universal.
Okay.
Right now, I'm training at different sites and stuff, and right now I'm at what's called Party City Warehouse in Naperville.
Okay.
Doing overnighters.
There's that much to worry about security at Party City?
Yeah, we got like 150 temps there, and people roaming around over there, and it's just like.
Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, you had extra time, so I thought that's because you're retired, but you're not retired, so you don't have extra time?
Oh yeah, I got time. I make time.
Okay.
This is I've been wanting to do this, and I want to work with Jim, and it'd be great. Go ahead.
Where's Jim?
Jim's in the control.
Right there.
He's running the show.
He's got to watch us. Big brother.
Oh, Jim Singer, yeah, I didn't see Jim, that's why I was looking for Jim.
He's coming.
Jim's the chairman, president,
Yes.
CEO,
Janitor.
big kahuna.
Yeah, yeah.
This man retired from AT&T, and he puts in hundreds of hours throughout the year, certainly in the summertime, Bolingbrook Community Television, getting volunteers, and because we lost an employee last year, he stepped up and picked up the slack on a lot of the events, and you come over here, our jubilees and our festival and our picnic, Jim's here, so chairman. So, Bob, if you would, raise your right hand, please.
Sir.
I state your name.
Robert Bedford.
You solemnly swear?
Solemnly swear.
Uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Oppose the Constitution of the United States.
Constitution of the State of Illinois.
Constitution of the State of Illinois.
The municipal code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
And I will faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a member of the Bolingbrook Community Television
as a member of Bolingbrook Community Television.
best of my ability
Best of my ability.
in the manner prescribed by law.
In the manner prescribed by law.
Welcome aboard. And there is your official commission
Okay, thank you.
and the coveted Bolingbrook.
Coveted pins.
Oh.
Let's
Okay.
get that one from the NPA.
Okay. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Bob. Microphone's not working? A little slap on the microphone and it works? These IT, it's a wonderful thing, isn't it? Next, Stephen Mertis. Stephen and his wife Carrie have been in town a year, and he stepped up to be a commission, IT commission. Jim, you want to come up? Sure. Jerry, check. Well, you don't have to stand clear over there. I mean, not that. Anyway, one-year resident, Governor State University. What is it, NOC manager?
NOC manager, so help desk and network management for various businesses. We provide IT services to small businesses.
So NOC doesn't stand for anything in particular?
Network Operations Center.
Network Operations Center. NOC? We call it NOC?
Yep.
Okay, anyway, the experienced IT professional involved in the Homeowner Association of Bloomfield West, Eagle Scout.
Yes, sir.
Which, that's not many around. It's a very thing you're very proud of, I'm sure. And he wants to contribute to the community. So if you would, raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I, Stephen Mertis.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Uphold the Constitution of the United States.
To uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Constitution of the State of Illinois.
Constitution of the State of Illinois.
Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
Municipal Code of the Village of Bolingbrook.
And I will faithfully discharge my duties.
I will faithfully discharge my duties.
As a member of the IT Commission.
As a member of the IT Commission.
Best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
In a manner prescribed by law.
In a manner prescribed by law.
Welcome aboard. Is Kerry going to get on commission?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Thanks, Jim. Jerry, for being here tonight. Again, don't let me forget if next, we have bill listing A, $388,814.04. Bill listing B, $241,809.85. Total of $630,623.89. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Motion trustee Lawler, second of trustee Zarate. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Hey, we're going to go back to something else for a moment. I forgot to ask Lucas Rickelman to give us an update on Weber Road construction. It's a brief report, but it's going to be a 3-year project, and it's taken a long time to get off the ground. It was actually approved about a year ago, but what's held it up has been utility relocation. That's why you see all the construction equipment in the parkway. They had to move a major pipeline, and they got ComEd utilities, AT&T, so it's been a mess, fiber optics, but that work is apparently close enough now that they're actually going to start construction of the interchange. So Lucas, what do we have to look forward to?
So basically, as you said before, the completion date is August of 2021, but beginning this fall, and IDOT did put out some signs, there'll be some lane closures between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., or some overnight lane closures between 7 p.m. and 6 a.m. So please pay attention for flaggers and workers out there. For the most part, during the project, 2 lanes of traffic will be open during rush hours, but there will be off-peak closures. Anybody else have any?
Board have a question?
That's 2 lanes in each direction, correct?
2 lanes in each direction, yes, during rush hour.
And what they're putting in is a diverging diamond interchange. We posted a picture of it, I believe, on our webpage. That idea for that actually came from Mike Dre, our retired Public Works Director, who was vacationing in Missouri and saw the diverging diamond interchange, took a lot of pictures and brought it back and showed Jim and I. I like the concept a lot. It keeps traffic moving. It's a little strange to get used to. But we brought in our state senator at the time, A.J. Wilhelmy, and showed it to him. He liked it. So he arranged a meeting with the Illinois Department of Transportation. They liked it. And that was going to be the first one. Well, Will County's not sometimes the fastest, and Will County Board didn't move very quickly on this. So meanwhile, IDOT has built one identical to what we're going to have at I-88 and Deal Road in northwest, maybe Naperville. That's exactly what's going to be in Bolingbrook. And I think there's one under construction somewhere else. But this is what brought the idea to Illinois, and I want to thank Mike Gray for his vacation time being used to take pictures of an interchange. Not a lot of people would do that. So anyway, thanks, Lucas. Our ordinance this evening, first one has a accompanying planning commission report, approval of special use permit for extended hours of operation, Baba's Famous Steak and Lemonade, 362 North Schmidt Road. Is there a motion on the planning commission report?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Zarate, seconded trustee Lawler to approve the planning commission report. The planning commission met with them, discussed the idea about the extended hours. They prepared a report approving that extension, and that report is before us tonight to accept that and place it on file. Questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting the planning commission report, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. It's approved. Now we have the accompanying ordinance, which takes that planning commission report and puts it in ordinance form. It's an ordinance approving special use permit for extended hours of operation for a restaurant with hours until midnight, Baba's Famous Steak and Lemonade, 362 North Schmidt. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Watts, second trustee Zarate. Questions? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. Next ordinance approving an agreement between the Village of Bolingbrook and the Bolingbrook Parks District for enforcement of traffic laws and ordinances at various Bolingbrook Park facility sites. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Oakland, second trustee Morales. A number of years ago, the village entered into an agreement with the Park District to provide an officer dedicated to patrol park properties. The district reimburses the village for the cost of the police officer. Since this original agreement was approved, the district has grown to include 57 parks and facilities. This ordinance updates the agreement, authorizing the village to enforce Park District ordinance and the village code on all park properties. This is similar to the enforcement agreements we have at various homeowner associations and retail centers. It's on private property, so we can't go in and enforce laws, and we get the approval of the, in this case, the Park District. So that's what this does. Public Safety Committee has reviewed this and recommends approval. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. With that in mind, the next ordinance is approving an agreement between the Village of Bolingbrook and Pine Meadows Townhome Association Number 1, which is lots U, V, and W, for enforcement of traffic laws and ordinances. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Zarate, second trustee Jaskowitz. This ordinance is similar to the previous one. It allows the police department to enter the property owned by Pine Meadows Townhome Owners Association Number 1 for the purpose of enforcing village codes such as parking offenses and overweight vehicles, among other things. Questions? Public Safety Committee again reviewed this, recommends approval. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes. And the last ordinance amending Chapter 13 of this code, increasing Class C1, which is packaged beer and wine, from 5 to 6 for Aldi's. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion trustee Hoagland, second trustee Lawler. Did we take away their other license?
No, we will after they close the store.
Oh, right. Aldi's, as you know, on the west side is moving next to Best Buy. They had a freestanding building. They wanted a bigger place because they're increasing the size of their stores throughout the country. And they didn't feel there was sufficient room to expand the building along Weber Road and be able to accommodate the parking. So they took down part of the Best Buy store, which wanted to downsize because they don't need the size they used to have at one time for the displays. So they're moving over there, and of course they have their own imported beer and wine that they sell through the Aldi's franchise. So anyway, so They currently operate at 1310 Lily Cash. They're moving to 317 North Weber, next to Best Buy. The new store will open in November. And they'd like to again sell beer and wine as they've been selling at their existing store. That store has a C1, and when they close that store, we'll take that license back. But tonight, we're reissuing a license which will be in effect when they open their store in November. Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Zarate.
Yes.
Trustee Lawler.
Yes.
Trustee Watts.
Yes.
Trustee Hoagland.
Yes.
Trustee Morales.
Yes.
Trustee Jaskowitz.
Yes.
Doesn't look like Elmer's going to make it, so I'm going to read the proclamation.
Kathy Berry's here.
What?
Kathy Beer.
Kathy Berry can accept it.
Oh, okay. Kathy, come on up. Thanks for coming out in short notice. You were home relaxing.
No, I was out getting Halloween stuff out.
Citizens Against Abuse, October 11th, 2018. Whereas the victims of domestic violence include people of every culture, age, sex, color, nationality, educational, and socioeconomic level. And whereas almost 1/3 of American women murdered each year are killed by their current or former partners, and approximately 1 million women annually report being stalked. And whereas children are subjected to violence and bullying often grow up to inflict violence on others, and whereas the elderly may be subjected to emotional, physical, sexual, financial abuse or neglect and suffer in silence for fear of retribution. And whereas all persons have a basic right to feel safe from violence, especially in their own home. And whereas all violence is not a private home matter, but a crime, the consequences of which are reached a devastating effect on the community, schools, and workplace of our nation. Now, therefore, I rightfully declare, Mayor of the Board of Trustees, Village of Bolingbrook, Will, DuPage County, Illinois, hereby proclaim October 11th is, well, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, asking citizens of Bolingbrook to gather for the 20th annual Citizens Against Abuse rally in March on Thursday, this Thursday at 5:30 at DuPage Township Levy Center for the purpose of expressing concern for victims of violence, raising awareness to prevent future acts of violence. And Kathy Berry, you're a member of the committee, correct? Here to accept the proclamation. Would you like to say a few words, please?
Well, I just hope
Ken, do you have anything you'd like to add?
as many people that can come out for this. It's a very good cause. And this year's topic is the many faces. What are the many faces of abuse? And it's anybody and everybody. And Amy Simpson from the State's Attorney's James Glasgow office is going to be our speaker. And it'll be a good time and raise awareness, and there's going to be many vendors there with information for people to, and resources for them to find.
Excellent, thank you. So this is the 20th annual Citizens Against Abuse Violence Rally. It will be at the Levy Center, start at 5:30. There'll be some socializing and stalling and stalling. Come on up, Reverend Harris.
Elmer heard there was a microphone to be held, so here he is.
Yeah.
I missed that.
First of all,
Thanks, Ken.
please forgive me. I've been running today like a chicken with my head cut off, but I got the programs and everything done. Mr. Mayor, first of all, I want to say thank you for this proclamation.
Thank her for coming out.
Well, yeah, I thank you too, Kathy, but Mr. Mayor, I thank you because this has always been near and dear to our hearts. This was near and dear to Deputy Mayor Leroy Brown's heart, and to be able to continue to go forth with the vision is truly an honor, and we just thank you for this proclamation. Thank you.
No, it's a major problem, and I'm glad you folks step up to do this, and I hope we have a nice crowd Thursday. Deputy Mayor Lawler is going to be there, perhaps along with some other trustees. I may or may not. I have a 4-year-old granddaughter flying in Thursday for a quick weekend, so I got to be at Midway. So, but anyway, we'll be well represented, and our Director of Public Safety.
The time is Thursday, 5:30 to 8, and is at the Joseph and Sarah Levy Center. I think that's 251 Canterbury.
Right around the corner from
Yeah, right around the corner.
Right near our Rocket Ice Arena.
Right. And one thing about it's going to be great. Chick-fil-A is the one that's providing refreshments. We're going to have a lot of vendors there. It's going to be a lot of information. Come on out and be supportive. I'm telling you, it's going to be well worth your while. Oh, you didn't mention about the march and the walk, the march and the rally. We do that every year, and again, it's going to be dynamic. We're praying that the weather holds true so that we can do the march and rally again this year. But we march all the way around to Village Hall and back. And it's one thing about it, a lot of people ask me, is it safe? One thing about Bolingbrook, I love about Bolingbrook, first of all, our crime rate is down low, but then also we have the escort of the police department. So, yes, it's going to be very safe. You'll enjoy it.
Of course it's safe.
Yes.
Well, a silly question. It's a block from the police department. 50 squad cars.
That's right. Yeah, but folk that don't live in Bolingbrook that have asked me that question, I just had to reassure them.
I'm not going to mention, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah, I had to reassure them today, yes, that it was very safe.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, thanks for what you do.
Oh, thank
and
you.
You're good. Now, since you've been running all day, I want to see you run out of here.
No, you'll see me walk out of here.
You didn't actually run.
No, I can't run. I got a cage in my back. If you see me run, you'd rush me to the hospital.
Thanks, Homer.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kathy. Questions from the audience? I was criticized because I didn't wait 5 minutes or something. So, questions from the audience? Okay. Questions to the press? I don't think we have any press here. Trustee comments. Trustee Zarate.
Thank you, Mayor. Hardhaven Hustle, register today at hardhavenhustle.org. 7th Annual Hardhaven Hustle 5K Run and 1 mile run fun walk. Sunday, October 14th at the Bolingbrook Promenade. For additional information, go to hardhavenoutreach.org. And I have one more. It's at the end of the month. We all love Halloween, so we're celebrating Halloween at Boardman Cemetery on Paxton Road, just north of Royce Road in Bolingbrook. Wednesday, October 31st, from 5 to 9. Join us this Halloween and learn about Bolingbrook history and Boardman's restoration with guided tours, candy, hot chocolate. Find out how to adopt a headstone and more about our events. Go to Bolingbrook, it's Bolingbrook, HISTPRES, com.org, sponsored by the Bolingbrook Historic Preservation Commission. That's all I have. Thank you.
I think that's probably easier to look up Bolingbrook Historic Preservation Commission on the internet and find their website.
Yes.
That's a long address. As a proud member of the Bolingbrook Lions Club, I have a couple of announcements, but before I do that, I just want to thank the Madrigals. We got an extra bonus performance this year. They're always wonderful to hear, and the talent that they have is amazing. I've been to the dinner several years, and it's always inspiring to see the future of our country is represented with their talents. So the Lions Soup Crawl is coming up October 20th from noon to 5 p.m. Tickets are $25 each, or 2 for $40. So a soup crawl is where you go from restaurant to restaurant at the promenade, and you're going to have a different soup at each place. And that, again, noon to 5. It looks like all the restaurants at the promenade are participating, so it's a great way to get to know the different restaurants and the different cuisine that they have. They look really good, so there's going to be a lot of different soups there. We've got information up on the website, but you can contact lionpaul28 at AOL.com for tickets. And the Lions Club is partnering with Grove Dental for 2 activities to support the veterans community. One, they're going to have a free dental clinic, and that's going to be Sunday, November 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Again, if you know veterans and they're in need of dental care, Grove Dental is providing this service from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Sunday, November 4th. And also for the veterans, new and gently used coats, all sizes, all ages. You can drop off at all 4 Grove Dental locations for veterans so that they can have a warm winter. That's it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to start by congratulating our 2 commission appointees, one with 41 years of residency here in the Bolingbrook community, which is awesome. On our Bolingbrook Community Television Commission, I know you're going to bring a lot to that, and we thank you for your service. They could certainly use the help. It's something that it's very time and labor intensive. So thank you for helping sort of take a little bit of the load off. And to Steve, 1-year resident. So we have the full gamut and full spectrum. Thank you for signing up and planning to dedicate your time to the IT Commission. We appreciate you taking that step to join the IT Commission. I have a few announcements here, but I'd also like to congratulate Karen's Floral. I've shopped with Karen's Floral over the years and have always been very satisfied with their service. So there's no doubt as to why they've been able to last in our community for 25 years. The Arts Commission had the Glow Art Experience and Resource Fair this past weekend. Was able to be there representing the Bolingbrook STEM Association. We had a table there and was able to speak to a lot of the kids and parents. It was a great event. And so stay in touch and follow the Arts Council. They are putting on some great events in our community. And this one was unique, where you went into a dark room and had the opportunity to splatter paint that glowed in the dark. So that was fun, and I know the kids really enjoyed that. Some good news here. We have a job and career fair Wednesday, October 10th, hosted by the Fountaindale Library from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, it looks like. Contact phone number 630-972-1819. That's 630-972-1819. Companies that'll be there: FedEx, West Liberty Foods, Pace. So if you're looking for a job, come on out. It's open to the public. They ask that you dress professionally. Bring copies of resumes, as there will be on-the-spot interviews. Early voting for the Fountaindale Library looks like, based on this calendar, October 22nd, it's a Monday, we'll begin early voting here at the Fountaindale Library. The hours that first week are 9 to 4:30 p.m. There are different hours based on the date, so you can just check out Fountaindale Library. Well, it's actually fountaindale.org, or you can call 630-759-2102. You can always also contact the Office of Will County, and that telephone number is 815-740-4615. Thank you.
Good evening. Look, listen, and learn. Be aware, fire can happen anywhere. Fire Prevention Week is October 7th through the 13th. Bolingbrook Firehouse is having open house Saturday, October 13th from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. There's going to be artwork posted in the fire departments. And we have 5 fire stations here in town. Fire Station 1 is at 460 East Briarcliff Road. Fire Station 2 at 375 Lily Cash Lane. Fire Station 3 is at 376 East Boughton Road. Fire Station 4 is at 1111 West Boughton Road. And Fire Station 5 is at 1900 Rodeo Drive. Any questions, you can go to firepreventionweek.org. Theater on the Hill is having an Evil Dead musical. October 19th through November 4th. And they're having a special Halloween performance on October 31st at 8 o'clock. Any questions, you can contact 630-902-2538. Now, the important stuff. Halloween, trick or treat. The village has established the following hours for trick or treat on Wednesday, October 31st, from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. If you're going to participate with the trick-or-treaters, please turn on your porch light. This lets them know that you've got candy for them. Trick-or-treaters should only visit houses and apartments of people they know. Children should use sidewalks where available and will not run between houses. Bolingbrook, treat hours. The fire department advises using batteries-operated lights, not candles, to illuminate jack-o'-lanterns to avoid any contact with flammable material if the pumpkin gets knocked over. And use caution crossing the streets and only cross at intersections when clear traffic. Please be very careful. Parents should inspect candy and goodies before all children are to consume. Motorists should be vigilant and extra alert during trick-or-treat hours. It's going to be from 4 to 7. Know which friends your child is traveling with, and if not, accompanied by an adult. Let's keep it safe and a happy one, and enjoy the Halloween. I would like to say happy birthday to Dale. You are sorely missed. Thank you.
I have no comment or announcement. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank or congratulate Citizens Against Abuse for their 20th anniversary. We've been a part of that. The Bolingbrook Rotary Club has been a great sponsor of that, or a part of that over the years. I remember when it was Take Back the Night, and eventually it changed into Citizens Against Abuse, and you guys do a great job. So, and that's this Thursday, October 11th again, at the Levy Center. The other thing I'd like to mention is there's going to be a great event on Friday, October 26th, from 8:30 to 5:30. It's an all-day event at Joliet Junior College, and it has to do with Greentown, Will County is what it's called. And there's workshops all day long. So if you're interested in anything related to the ecosystem, the environment, and things like that, there's tons and tons of workshops you can attend. You can go online and check it out, see which ones you want to go. You don't have to be there the whole day. But just to give you an idea, there's workshops on energy, solar and regular. There is workshops on sustainable food, and they have a program called What Does Farm to Table Really Mean? Also defining the local food system, farming to the schools. There's an issue on water. I know water is a big issue with many of the residents. It's regional and local water issues, water quality protection, practicing and products for water savings. On transportation, there's community mobility. There's a whole 2-hour program on all the different bike paths and walking paths and stuff throughout Will County. So if you're interested in that. As far as health goes, there's a program on obesity prevention, one on opioids and the issues around health, water quality, and waste. Food is medicine is another topic. So you can see there's tons and tons of stuff going on here. It's an all-day event, and for some of you, you may only show up for this, but it's a craft beer and networking social. And that's it starts at 4:50 and it goes to 5:30. And there will be quite a few elected officials there during the day throughout Will County from many of the towns. So take a look at it. It's free to you to attend. So if you're interested in that topic, Joliet Junior College. Thank you.
Topic of water was mentioned. I don't know how many of you are following this, but the city of Joliet, 200 and some thousand, 250,000, has been advised by different engineering firms that they're going to run out of water in 13 to 15 years. I first read about it 5 years ago when it was projected to be 20 years. And of course, they really haven't started to find a solution yet. They formed a committee to look at different alternatives. The cheapest water, of course, is out of a well, out of the ground, which we had for years, shallow wells. Those shallow wells had water discoloration problems. Sometimes it would come out orange. People had to have water softeners to treat their water, and people complained about the quality of water a lot. So we made a decision back in 99, 98 to hook up with, at the time, Citizens Utilities to bring in Lake Michigan water. Now, that's expensive. To build a pipeline to drag water in here from Lake Michigan to Bedford Park into Bolingbrook costs money. And our water rates have gone up accordingly. And of course, people aren't happy about that. And I understand that myself. I paid the same rate. But I'm watching our neighbors to the south where they've had quite a bit of growth, Shorewood, Joliet in particular, who are now experiencing water problems and a place to find it. And personally, I look back and think, what a great decision we made back in 1998, where we didn't give it away, like some of my critics like to say. We traded our sewage treatment, they traded their sewage treatment facilities for our water facilities, so we handled the bulk of the sewage treatment, they handled the water. And there was an even exchange, asset exchange as it was called. But we're good, well, as long as Lake Michigan's there, we're good. And that was one thing, as mayor, I wanted to make sure we had a water supply well in the future as we grew. And it wasn't just our growth I was worried about. I watched Plainfield growing, Romeo growing, Joliet growing, Lockport growing, and it isn't like Bolingbrook had its own aquifer. Aquifers are very large and several communities draw off them. So I saw the more people drawing, the less water we were going to have, and we had to find an alternative source. And we started back in the late 90s. Joliet's just getting started. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but just to get another alternative water source in 13 to 15 years is almost going to be a miracle, because they can maybe pipe it from the Kankakee River, which is one alternative. That's going to be expensive. You got to get right-of-way acquisition, put in the pipes, the lift stations or pump stations. If you bring it from Lake Michigan, same deal. You got to find a source, Bedford Park or the city of Chicago, build a pipeline and pump it out to Joliet. Takes years. The engineering alone will take 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
If they knew what they're going to do today, it's 2 to 3 years minimum. Plus construction is several years, and they don't even know what they're going to do yet. So I know the rates aren't perfect, but good water is expensive. And of course, today's residents, the people moved in the last 5, 10 years, don't know this, but you used to have a water softener in your basement. And you used to have to go to the local grocery store once a week or once a month and buy 3 or 4 40-pound bags of salt pellets. And you used to have to haul them from your car through your garage, down in the basement, fill up the tank. It was a pain in the neck. You haven't had to have a water softener ever since. So that expense went away. Now, I know that wasn't a tremendous expense, but it was an expense. And the new people who moved in town don't understand that, but it was a well-thought-out plan to solve our water problem forever, and I'm very proud of that. It'll be one of my things I'll remember a long time that we solved in this village. So I'm glad the subject came up, and I'm watching, again, Joliet, Lockport, Crest Hill, or Shorewood, all scrambling to find ways to serve their residents, and they continue to grow. And with that problem, I'm not even sure if I were them, I'd issue more permits, but that's their decision. We have no executive session tonight, so a motion to adjourn is in order. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
trustee January, second trustee Watts. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Stand adjourned.